Yes. Wee. Wee. Okay, I'm gonna try to give my 2-week update while simultaneously playing with my kids at the park. Moms just don't get a break. Do they? I guess I could find a break, but okay. My first week post-op, I literally thought I didn't think that I was going to make a big mistake, but I felt like it was a C-section round 2. Honestly, I don't mean to be dramatic. I had an emergency C-section, and there were a lot of similarities in the recovery. I think a lot of it was just because I was coughing. I had that horrible cold that I got the day before surgery, and then it turned into like this hack fest. I still have a little bit of a cough, but I'm much better, and thank heavens it wasn't COVID. They did test for that. So I think my recovery just got off to like a really unexpected bad start. My incisions hurt so freaking bad. Anytime I would move, oh my gosh, it was like a C-section. Oh my god, how picture perfect is this? So once, about a week after, I was feeling so much better. So I wouldn't say that I had like typical recovery. It was probably like recovery and then some. I would like to know who was in charge of me post-recovery. That was the other thing that was so stressful, and I'm going to talk to my surgeon about it at my appointment in 2 days. I woke up like screaming and trying to move in pain. Screaming, it hurts, it hurts, it hurts. They were telling me I had to calm down. My oxygen was not good. They eventually had to put oxygen on me even 2 hours after surgery. The pain was so unbearable inside, like where the surgery had happened. It was so painful. And even after I'd had my emergency C-section, I remember it was the most pleasant experience to wake up. I wasn't scared. They weren't like telling me to calm down. I was just very, tired and out of it, but I didn't have any pain. My husband says, okay, use your words. Use your words. Okay. He says it's because I had also had an epidural. That may be true. I don't know. But I felt like waking up out of anesthesia was an unexpected, oh, you want to stay on the swing? Okay. Was this unexpected, terrible part of my surgery. And I just remember, they're like, you have to take a deep breath. You have to take a deep breath. And the machines would start beeping because I wasn't breathing enough. None of it was critical. But my husband is a nurse, and he got to see me after a while. Oh, good job! And he said, they had you at a really weird incline. He's like, they had you at like a 30% incline, which is the hardest position to breathe. He's like, maybe that's just like a surgery thing. But he was like, yeah, it was just, I don't know, not to fault anybody. He's like, I wasn't going to tell anybody how to do their job because he knew all the nurses there. Anyway, so I feel like I have sat there and relived that part of the surgery so many times. Once my incisions started to feel better, that was like the first hurdle. Then the next hurdle was that pain. Anytime I would cough, laugh, I couldn't get up. It's like my core, anytime I would move, just that my incisions were so sore because of the coughing, and then anytime I would move. Swallowing was a freaking nightmare. The first day, I just remember the first couple of days, I would have like, I'm gonna see if I can help me set this here, because remember I'm multitasking. So I'd have like a red popsicle, and everything was so dry that the popsicle would like turn into a jelly on my teeth. So I would just sip fluids like every 3 to 5 minutes. I would just try to take a drink, but taking like all the pills that I had to take, vitamins, the blood thinner, the pain med, the Tylenol, plus my 3 medications, my thyroid and my 2 antidepressants. Oh my gosh. It was just hard. It was just really, really hard. That first few days, I felt like I just had to like curl into the fetal position on the couch. I had to sleep upright, and I would just sleep with like a neck pillow. It was rough. But that was just the first week, and now here I am, like literally less than a week later, and I just rode my bike with my kids to the park by myself. My husband's working a 12-hour shift. I'm fine. It took a long time to get enough energy to be able to even parent. The first day that Dan had to work a 12-hour shift and I had to parent all by myself was on a Saturday, and I'd had my surgery on a Tuesday. Yeah, look at you. Okay, I'll take a little video. We had arranged to have help come, but there were just a few circumstances that kind of got in the way of that. And so I told my helpers not to worry about coming. It'd be like a huge drive and effort for them. And I was like, it's just not worth it. And I didn't have the wherewithal to try to like, come up with like a plan B. I was just like, don't come. I got it. I can't deal with any like changes to the plan. And so I was just on my own that Saturday, and I just gave my girls like so many projects. We made pizza. We made, oh, your little water bottle fell right there. We made like Play-Doh. Oh honey, it's okay. She's in a screaming stage, and it's like nails on the chalkboard for me. Anyway, I kept them busy. It was rough. It was rough, but every day I feel like I get like 20% better. So the recovery from a C-section, oh yeah, like not even, like cannot even compare. But that first week, it felt, I don't mean to be a baby, but it felt very similar. Now here I am, almost 2 weeks out. I'm down over 30 pounds from the day that I started my liquid diet. So that would have been a month ago. So since surgery, from the day of surgery until now, I'm already down 13 pounds. So what is that, like 6 pounds the first week? I'm already down 7 pounds this week. And that will slow down as my diet changes, as I start eating more. That will change. But already just those 30 pounds, I'm like, oh my gosh, look at my clothes. It's like not like squeezing me to death. I put on some shirts and like the upper body fits. And that was one of the things that I hated when I never like hated my body before I had the surgery. But after I had my C-section with Sadie and I gained, if you followed me for a long time, you know that, like 2.5 years ago, and after I had Sadie, you can see, like, I went back and looked at my pictures, like right after she was born, my face probably looked about this same size, like my face looked about this thin, everything was good. And then when she was like 6 months old, you can tell that I was like 30-40 pounds bigger. Like my face was swollen, my upper body, all of a sudden I looked like a football player. I don't know exactly why it happened the way it did. Like, I know that I was eating a lot. I know that the first couple weeks after the postpartum were really rough. But and then my body never really changed for those like 2 years, which is why I decided, like, I'm not playing around. I'm not playing around. Like, I just want the guaranteed path to success. You know, I've tried and failed and tried and failed, and you know, just had so many different things going on. And so I'm so grateful for the gift of the surgery, because it's really the hormonal changes that are going to lead to like such significant weight loss. It's not just the calorie restriction. That is one misconception that I'm sure that most people have, and that's one that I had until I learned more from my surgeon. But I'm just so grateful for the hormonal change that is already taking place. I can just feel it. I feel like I'm coming alive again, which I do not take for granted. And I'm just so grateful like that I don't have like all this bulk up here. I'm like, oh my gosh, I just felt like a box, like shopping, everything I wore. My whole upper body was just like so big and so bulky. So anyway, I've got one more week of clear fluids and 2 protein shakes. So like this is my protein shake. This is my first one of the day, and it's almost 3 o'clock. This is disgusting. I was told that all the Premier protein shakes were going to be nasty. The vanilla ones are nasty. Like every 4th vanilla shake goes straight in the garbage. The chocolate, I like got sick of the chocolate, but now like all I want is the chocolate. I have been struggling with just the taste, but somebody told me like, oh, you're not going to want to eat any of the Premier protein shakes. They're going to be so gross. And I'm like, no, those are the only things I can eat. So I'm glad that I still had some of those, because this bariatric fusion protein powder, it is nasty. It is one of the nastiest protein shakes I have ever drank. But I also, if you've followed along, you know that I have an adverse
they're growing berries on this tree.
opinion. Like I just hate any whey-based protein powder. I don't know. I can tell when it's a whey-based protein drink, and even though the Premier Protein ones are, I don't know what they do, but they taste better. But any of the kind that you like mix up and it's a whey-based formula, I should have got Vega 1. I really like the Vega 1 protein shakes, and I don't even really like them, but they're better than this, but it's a pea protein. Anyway, so I'm on this for another week. I just, most of the time I have to set a timer, 5 minutes, and then I take a drink, whether it's water, sugar-free Gatorade. I cannot handle sugar-free Jell-O. I've made 2 different kinds. I even made the Starburst flavors. I just can't. My husband, I have been like eating the sugar-free Jell-Os a few times, but like I took a bite of the sugar-free Jell-O that I had before surgery, and it was like straight to the garbage. Gag. Same thing with beef broth. I went to drink my beef clear liquid broth, and I felt like I was just drinking a piece of jerky, and it was so strong and it was so nasty, and I spit it out. So, but otherwise everything still tastes about the same to me, but they say that your tastes will change as well. So in another week I get to have cheese, avocado, cottage cheese, and eggs. Oh my gosh, I cannot wait to have eggs. I'm so dang excited to have eggs. But anyway, I'm doing so much better. I feel amazing. I feel like I'm looking better already too. Yeah, 30 pounds in a month. Let's do this. I'm just here walking at the park. I'm ready to go do a backflip. I'm ready to run with my children. Let's run through the park. Oh my gosh, so weird. Still weird. Still weird as ever. Okay, that's my update.
I want to go now. I want to go home now.
Yeah, it's time to go get Simon. Okay.
No, can we go to Target?
Oh yeah, we have to go to Target because I have to build a shelf. Okay, well, that's my update. And
No, Mom, I don't want
see you guys later.
Target.